Hello and welcome to the How to Travel Vegan podcast. I'm your host, Tom Simak, and today we're exploring Chongqing, China. Time to make a stand with my first episode in China. I was delaying it for so long because I really wanted to visit the country to experience what it's really like to be vegan there. Honestly, it's the first time I'll actually say I found it a little bit difficult. The main thing I struggled with was actually the language barrier. In hindsight, I would have done a few things differently, which is what I want to talk about today. Firstly, to tackle the language barrier, you can do one of two things. One, download Google Translate, which is by far the easiest option because then you could literally have a camera and it'll translate the Chinese things like on menus, on ingredients lists, things like that. Second thing is learning basic Chinese. Now, they don't really know what vegan is, but they know what vegetarian is. So that said, sushi zui ze. And then you'll have to add things like I don't eat and then insert food. It's not the hardest. Things like I don't eat dairy would be wo bu chi nai. So it's not as hard as what I think Vietnamese is, but screw learning all of that unless you really want to challenge yourself, then by all means go for it. The reason I say get Google Translate or learn a bit of Chinese is because they have no rudimentary knowledge of the English language, like 0%, no hello, no thank you, no please, like nothing. Very rarely have I come across someone who knew any form of English, really. And not only that, they'll fully come up to you and start just speaking Chinese. And the only thing you can respond with is just like, ni hao, and just laugh and like kind of just look at them awkwardly and walk away. Not speaking from experience. Now, I will add something a little bit more serious. When going into the markets, it is China. So I didn't expect it, but I want you to just expect that I legit saw live carcasses. Not only that, but blood running down in the drainage and even potentially live killings of animals like ducks or chickens and things like that. So just stay away from markets if you really don't like seeing that stuff. Not all markets have it. Some definitely don't, and they are fruit and veg markets, but majority have a very clear butcher's section. So if you see it, but more than see it, you'll definitely smell it. Now with Cuisine, I ate predominantly at buffets, which is super easy because, dragon fruit, they have a lot of fruit actually. Things like sushis, veggies, generally just cooked veggies and rice, things like that. Their national food is hot pot, I guess, or not the national, sorry, the Chongqing food is hot pot, and that's what they have. Really, they can have it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now, I only asked two places what they had in like the water parks. They put the noodles and the veggies in this water. I wanted to know whether it was broth, and apparently it's water and herbs. That's it. Now, I only asked two, so definitely clarify that with more, but I think we're pretty much in the clear with hot pots. The only thing on top of that is the fish sauce, which you'll have to clarify with Google Translate. Now on to the actual restaurants. I'm going to mention three places, and my pronunciation again isn't amazing, so definitely check the show notes for the spelling. First up is Quan Yu Ming. They are vegetarian and have a set menu at a set price of around 140 RMB, which is like 30 Australian dollars. That's a lot more than the usual price of about $4 a meal, but it's pretty much like fine dining and has a lot of unique dishes. If you're still hungry after the set menu, you can order more food at no extra price. Some of the staff there do speak English as well. Next up is Return to Life Gulai Sushi Shenhou Guan. God, I really didn't feel great saying any of that. These guys do vegan hot pots with tofu and mock meats. So if you're not sure about the hot pots in terms of like the broth and things like that, just go here, and that way you're just safe. Lastly, let's go to Putisu Bodhi Vegetarian. These guys get nice and creative and don't use mock meats at all. It's located in a shopping center, which makes it really easy to find. Currently, their menu is only in Chinese, which is where Google Translate comes in hand. And that's basically it. I'd love to mention more places, but if anyone wants to start a vegan English-speaking place in Chongqing, be my guest. Lucrative business. I thought about it already, but not my thing. So far, these three have taken a really good step in the right direction, and I hope to see that kind of increasing in the future with westernization kind of hitting Chongqing a little bit as well. But good luck and share for watching or listening to today's episode. If you have any questions about Chongqing in particular, because I know it is a bit of a hard place to get around, please message me on Instagram or TikTok at howtotravelvegan. Leave a review to support the show. Much love. Peace.